What's going on, guys? Corey from Yota Xpedition here. We got our 5th gen 4Runner behind me, and it is due for an oil change, so we figured why not make a video on doing an oil change. We're going to be taking out the factory plastic oil filter housing. We're going to be swapping in a new one from Toyota that is metal, putting a new oil filter in, changing the oil. We have 7 quarts here. It takes 6.6 quarts of oil. 0W20 is what it requires. We also have some other OEM Toyota stuff for maintenance reasons. We have spark plugs, cabin filter, and air filter as well. So if you want to pick up any of that stuff, it's all available on YotaXpedition.com. I'm going to go ahead and get the 4Runner up on the lift, and we have to drop down the skid plate in order to get the oil filter housing removed. So unfortunately on the 4Runner, in order to get access to the oil filter housing, we need to drop the skid plate. So on the TRD skid plate, it's going to be a 14mm. On the non-TRD skid plate, it's going to be 12mm bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out. So once you have your skid plate off, you can see the oil filter housing is right here, which is plastic, and it's known for cracking or breaking, whether you're over tightening it or when you go to take it off over time, it might get brittle. So we're gonna be replacing this with an aluminum one, and then we won't have to worry about that. So on this rear skid plate, there is a cover here held on with 2 12mm bolts. We're gonna go ahead and remove that. That's where your drain plug's gonna be. I already know some people have drained their transmission fluid before. They come under here and the first drain plug they see is back here on the transmission, and they think, oh, that's for the motor. No, so make sure you're gonna be draining your oil, your engine oil, not your transmission fluid. Now we can go ahead and loosen the drain plug. This is going to be a 14mm. See if I can do this without getting oil on my hand. Nope. So when replacing the washer or gasket for your oil drain plug, just make sure you're taking your old one off. Ours is stuck to the oil pan, so make sure to get that off before you go ahead and install the new one. You don't want to be putting a gasket on top of the gasket. You're probably going to have a leak. All right, so the oil drain plug is going to be torqued down to 27 foot-pounds. Go ahead and do that. Okay. So with your oil drained, we're going to go ahead and pull off the housing for the oil filter. So you're just going to need a ratchet and a extension. That's a 3/8 drive, and it goes right into the bottom of the housing. So we'll go ahead and loosen this. No oil should come out, maybe a couple drips. In your new oil filter kit, you're going to get this plastic piece. Once you have the plug out from the bottom of your oil filter housing, this is going to clip into the bottom. This is going to allow what oil is in there to be drained out. So you're just going to place it in the bottom and push it up. If you push that up hard enough, it'll clip into place and you don't have to hold it. It's a little hard to get out with your hands, so we'll go ahead and just grab this with some needle nose and pull it out. All right, so now we're ready to remove the oil filter housing. This is probably too tight to get off with just your hand, so you're either going to need an oil filter wrench or we have a strap here. So we're going to go ahead and get this wrapped around the bottom. Go ahead and twist this off. This thing's pretty tight, so I can see why some people might end up cracking it or something. Over time, this, just from heat cycles and whatnot, this plastic will get brittle and be more prone to cracking. So that's why we're replacing it. Well, apparently all the oil is not out of there yet. So if you're going to be doing the housing swap like we are, we have to swap over this inner piece here from the factory filter housing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up, and then we'll swap this over on the workbench. With the OEM filter housing out, You can see with these two sitting next to each other on the table, the cage on the inside is a bit taller than the one in the new filter housing. This is used on a number of different vehicles, so not specific to just the 4Runner. That's why we need to swap over the center section. If we were to put on our oil filter, you can see on the inside the cage does not come completely to the top, so that is why we are going to be switching this over. So getting this out is going to be pretty simple. You're just going to need a flathead screwdriver. If you look down in there, you're going to see two tabs that are folded up. We're going to go ahead and fold those up even more. That's going to allow us to spin this and pull it out. So let's go ahead and do that. So once both tabs are folded up, you're simply going to push down on the cage and twist it, and then this will come out. It is spring loaded. As you can see, we're not going to use the spring or this, so go ahead and do the same steps on your OEM one, and then we'll go ahead and install that in there. So now we'll just take the cage from the plastic housing, push it down, twist it back in place, and then bend those tabs back down so that it can't come out. With the tabs bent back to where they are, you should be able to push this down and twist it, and it won't come out of place. So now we can take our new O-rings that came with your oil filter, and the bigger one's gonna go on the outside of the housing. The smaller one's gonna go on the bottom for where that bolt was that you took out. So we have the new O-ring here. I just dipped my finger in some of the old oil. I like to just lube this up before I install it, so when you go to install it, it's not completely dry. So we're gonna go ahead now and slip this over the housing, and you can see there's a groove cut in here, and you want the O-ring to sit right inside that groove, just like so. So with that O-ring there in place, we can go ahead, install our oil filter, and let's go install the new oil filter housing onto the 4Runner. I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe this off, clean any dirt and stuff off the housing. So we'll take the new oil filter and housing, we'll thread that in. If you look at the bottom of your housing, it says tighten to 25 Newton meters, which is about 18 foot-pounds. So we'll go ahead and tighten that down. Put the new O-ring in here on the bottom for the bolt, and we'll torque that to 9 foot-pounds. So the O-ring wasn't really staying in there. I'm going to put it on the bolt first. It should center itself. Just make sure as you're tightening it down with your fingers that it's not getting pinched anywhere. And then we'll go ahead and torque that to 9 foot-pounds. So we got the skid plate back on, 4Runner's on the ground. We're gonna go ahead now and top it off with oil. The 4Runner calls for 6.6 quarts, like I said earlier, so we're gonna go ahead and do just that. So with our oil change done, now we need to reset the warning on the dash telling us that we have maintenance required. So what we're gonna be doing is putting the 4Runner into ignition on. So with your foot off the brake, we're gonna go ahead and press the ignition button 2 times. Ignition is on. We're going to press the button here for our odometer reading so that it goes to trip A. We're gonna go ahead then turn the key off. Now with the key off, we're going to hold this in at the same time turn your ignition back on again twice. You can see it says resetting oil maintenance data. Once it's done loading, you can take your finger off, and that warning will now be gone every time you start up the 4Runner. All right guys, that's gonna wrap this one up. Whether you're just looking to learn how to do your oil change on your 4Runner, or you wanna learn how to do the upgrade to your oil filter housing, hopefully this video helped you out. If you wanted to pick any of this stuff up, like I mentioned, it's all available on YotaXpedition.com. If this was helpful, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next.